What's up, fight fans? Your boy Mike here with RNTV Sports. Today we're going to be reacting to Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev, interviewed by Chael Sonnen ahead of their fight at UFC 294. I'm excited for this, man. These fights have come together last minute. Very exciting matchups. A lot of unknowns for Kamaru. Khamzat's been out for a while as well, so I'm excited for this. We're going to react to this, see what they've got to say. It's a little, back and forth between them. It looks like Chael P there. Who better to freaking do the interview than him? This is going to be fun, so I'm excited to see what this is all about.
Let's shift our attention to the co-main event going down Saturday night, UFC.
Khamzat looks like he doesn't care at all, dude.
The newest addition to the 185-pound weight class, and Khamzat Chimaev.
Khamzat? What is up with these people? Dude, it's almost like it's what you need to do to make it in the MMA news sphere. Brendan Schaub, Chael Sonnen, Demetrius Johnson, they cannot pronounce these names, dude. And it's almost like they're farming comments from us. Because every time I hear it, I make a comment on one of their channels like, what did you just say? What did he say?
To the 185-pound weight class, and Khamzat Chimaev.
Khamzat.
Let me start with you.
Oh,
this was your idea. This was your idea over 2 months ago. The UFC decided to give the nod to Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa revealed that he had surgery on his elbow 3 weeks ago, was pulled from the card. The UFC called you and said, Kamaru, we like that idea after all. What is it specifically about this opponent that made you want to campaign and lobby for this fight?
Yeah,
I think he's a great opponent. He's as advertised. I think he's tough. He's
true.
He's big. He's strong. He can grapple.
True.
He can wrestle. He can strike. And at this point, this season of my life, it's just a matter of taking on the biggest, baddest challenges. And so when I walk away from the sport, I know that I took down who's who of the sport.
I think it's more than that. I think he's trying to get a fast track to a title, whether it's a welterweight or a freaking middleweight title. Khamzat is a huge name in the sport in general. If you can take him down, losing twice to Leon Edwards, it's a tricky road for Kamaru, dude, to get back to a title in general. But if you beat somebody like Khamzat right now, with the amount of hype that he still brings to the table, I think you're fast tracked to a welterweight or middleweight title, honestly.
Away from the sport, I know that I took down who's who of the sport.
And Khamzat, to go over to you, you're taking the same risk on short notice. This is not the opponent that you planned for. As soon as this fight was announced, Dana White announced that this would be a #1 contenders match. Was that something that you demanded to accept the last-minute replacement?
Never playing anything because life is never let me playing anything. So I was ready for everybody. I don't train for somebody else. I focus what I gotta do.
Dude, this guy's scary, man.
Let me ask you this.
This guy's scary, dude. When he talks, he has such a weird demeanor. He just does not seem like he cares about anything except smashing people. I wish he would have corrected Chael Sonnen. My name is Khamzat, brother. Like, what in the world? This is a #1 contenders fight, though? That's sick.
Let me ask you this. If you become the #1 contender, if you get a win over Kamaru Usman, that will draw you into Sean Strickland, who's a former training partner of yours, and as I understand, a current friend. Is that going to be a problem?
What? No problem. Somebody wants to make money.
Oh, my God.
No problems there, man. I mean,
And Kamaru, I'd like to ask you the same question.
He said,
may
what?
Not know, but you and Sean Strickland have competed before. It will actually be a
gosh.
rematch. You defeated him the first time. He was younger in his career, and it was at 170 pounds. Do you also look forward to
I forget that
rematching
even
the current
happened,
champion,
man.
Sean Strickland?
Absolutely. I think since that fight, he's grown a lot. He's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think he's just settled into who he is as a fighter. And I look forward to that matchup because as he's grown, as have I, I've grown a lot as well. So I think that's going to be a highly anticipated matchup for everyone to see.
Look at him smiling, dude. It's like he knows something.
Kamaru,
he knows.
When you were the champion
at
at
least he thinks
170
he
pounds,
does.
there was a lot of talk. There was talk coming out of Sweden. There was talk by people we respect like Brian Stan telling us about this young man in the training room named Khamzat Chimaev. He amassed a 4-0 record.
Dude.
He never
Please
left the
correct
first
this
round.
guy.
He even had a fight where he wasn't punched.
Oh my
and a lot of
gosh.
people were wanting him to be the #1 contender against you. The problem was he didn't have a ranking, and Dana White said it's too early. At that time, DraftKings put out a make-believe line. They had you as a 2-1 favorite. DraftKings now has Chimaev as a 2-1 favorite because they think you're taking too much risk taking this on short notice. Are you prepared to compete this Saturday?
Absolutely. I think this one thing that since the beginning of my career, it's the one thing that I've always done. And I think it's the one thing that any great fighter or great champion does. And that's you're always prepared. This is not something that we do on the weekends. We're always in shape. We're always in the gym. We always continuing to learn and grow and build. And so
I don't feel like that's for every single fighter, but Kamaru's definitely proved he's got that championship mindset. He stays in the gym working hard. Dude, Khamzat is like, I don't pronounce everybody's names correctly. You know, I'm just a fight fan who I try my best. I try to pronounce them the way that I hear them pronounced, and I pay attention to a lot of the interviews and different things like that. So you hear their names a lot. But dude, what is up with these dudes getting their name so wrong that it's just like it's just you learned English spelling, man. It's the Z is before the M. How are you getting it so wrong? But you could get his last name right, but you can't get his first name right, dude. And Khamzat's eyes rolling back, man. He's hilarious.
We always continuing to learn and grow and build. And so, of course, this was he was a welterweight at that time, and I'm a welterweight, and he's slightly bigger welterweight, and so I welcomed that fight. But unfortunately, he can't get down to the weight, and he couldn't make it. So now we're kind of thrusted in a situation to where now we have to show the world this matchup.
It did seem like he was only verbally accepting that fight after Khamzat announces, the UFC announces that he's moving up.
Fighters fight. As I'm sure he's excited for the matchup. So
look at Khamzat, bro. I'm scared, bro. What is up with this dude? No, dude. Get that look off your face. What in the world?
As I'm sure he's excited for the matchup. So
oh my gosh.
If I may ask you, what
scary.
Your strengths are in this contest? As I followed your career, you've weaponized pace, meaning your conditioning has always been better than your opponent's. But in this case, it's a 3-round fight. You're taking on a former champion who is used to 25-minute fights. Are you going to have an advantage in the conditioning? Are you going to have an advantage in the wrestling over a former national champion in Kamaru Usman?
I should answer for that. Wow, it's like, I don't know what to say. Just come here to smash the guy, man. So respect for the guy, takes the fight, short notes, everything. Like, and they already has excuses. Not Usman, a lot of people say, but Usman takes the fight like warrior, man. But people already says he didn't have a camp, this, that, man. So for me, it doesn't matter. I come, we finish everyone, man. So I don't care about it being the jump, pound, and or all these shits. We has to go to the cage and fight, Still, I know the guy comes to the win, so anyway, but I'm here also to kill now, so.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. A lot of people do say that it's the built-in excuse because it's short notice. So it's like a win-win for Kamaru and a lose-lose for Khamzat, unless he goes out there and just finishes him in the first minute of the first round or something. People will still make excuses for Kamaru, for whoever the short notice fighter is. And it is a sucky thing. There's pros and cons to having these short notice fights, even though this is a sick fight. It's short notice, so there's going to be drawbacks to it, and that's definitely one of them right there.
You, Chimaev, please give me a prediction for this fight.
We're going to give the prediction, man. Never going to you can't give a predictions before the fight. Everyone says going to do that, going to this, that. And the cage everything is going a different way now, so that's why I never can give that. Was for the Gilbert Burns, like learn a lot of things, I was thinking. One punch, they're gonna be down in my head. So, the game play against you. So, how to be a focused fight. from first second to last second. So I'm different.
He
Mindset for
learned. He
my
learned
game
from that
now.
Gilbert fight.
Come here.
Kamaru Usman, Kamaru, let me ask you very directly. Are you going to beat Khamzat Chimaev? Are you going to become the #1 contender this Saturday at UFC 294?
Good question, sir. I
Dude,
like the
he's
way you
creeping
worded
me
it.
out.
I
Oh my
think that's what
gosh.
we do. Just like he's planning to step in there and get his hands raised, so am I. He's prepared, and so am I. So on Saturday night, we're both gonna step in there. They're gonna close that door, and whoever's game plan starts to unravel, the other opponent's gonna have their hand raised. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure he's looking forward to it.
I'm
And on
excited.
Saturday
I'm
night,
looking
the
forward to
fans
it.
in the world finally get the matchup that they want to see.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, my job as an ESPN analyst is over, but I would like to now become a fan and tell you on a personal note, I respect that you guys have both gone on with this. The first rule is the show must go forward. Fighters fight, as Kamaru said. You guys are going to fight this Saturday at 294, and rightfully so. The winner will challenge for the world championship. Good luck
That's
to both.
crazy. That's crazy. That's the first that I've heard that. I did not know that the winner was going to challenge for the belt. That makes it even more hype. Makes it even more crazy that it's a short notice fight. I don't know how I feel about that because I don't know if Khamzat would have gotten a welterweight championship if he would have beaten Paulo. Like, would he have gotten the title fight? Maybe they would have fast-tracked him. I know they're going to fast-track the dude, but were they going to fast-track him that quick? You know? Who knows? Who knows, man? This is going to be crazy. Kamaru looks pretty confident. Khamzat looks like a serial killer. What in the world, dude? His eyes, his facial expressions were creeping me out during that, man. He doesn't even need a Halloween outfit. He just goes as himself. He's going to freak everybody out. If I was like looking at how thick his beard is, man, I wouldn't even go for uppercuts on this dude. Like his chin, his beard is just going to absorb all that. It's so freaking long and thick, man. That's crazy. Anyways, that was a lot of fun. Chael, he's a great interviewer, even though he doesn't know how to pronounce half the people on the UFC's names, even the top stars. He has no idea. I'm surprised he got Kamaru Usman right. At one point, he did call him like Kamaru Usman, but either way, it makes it even funnier. Okay, I was in a DJ stream yesterday, Demetrius Johnson stream, and he's interviewing. Maybe it was today actually. And he's also pronouncing Khamzat's name completely wrong, dude. I don't know what it is. You go to a Brennan Schaub. I don't really watch Brennan Schaub. I used to watch him more back in the day. I don't watch him anymore, but it's kind of become fun to hate on that dude. And I'm not the type to just continue to hate watch somebody. I don't enjoy the content anymore, so I quit watching. But if you, he's the same way, dude. I'm sure if you go to one of his videos right now breaking down this fight, he's probably pronouncing the dude's name wrong as well, if I had to guess. Either way, it's almost like it's a trend for former fighters to mispronounce these dudes' names wrong. And they all mispronounce the same guy's names wrong. It's like they all get a newsletter that we're just going to pronounce it Hazmat for a little bit, okay? They're farming comments from us, guys. They're farming engagement from us. That's what they're doing. All right. Either way, that was a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed this reaction. We're going to be doing a live watch party Saturday. My sons are going to join me. They're big fight fans as well. So if you don't have no place to watch the fights, or if you're just bored, come on in, view them with us. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.